It's this beautiful hexagon made out of double crochets. On this video, I'm going to teach you the cluster wheel. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4. Okay, so we're going to start with a slip knot. And we're going to start with a base ring. So for your base ring, you want to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to close off the base ring by doing a slip stitch into the very first chain that you just made. So into there, just a slip stitch. And that's the base ring. We're going to start with row 1. For row 1, you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This counts as a double crochet and a chain 1, by the way. And now we're going to do the following repetition into the ring 5 times. You want 3 double crochets and a chain 1. So we're going to yarn over, go into the ring with a double crochet. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then a chain 1. And you want that a total of 5 times. So I'm going to do it 4 more times and I'll do it once more with you. We do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And a chain 1. So I'm going to do this until I have 5 total of these. I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just finished my 5th repetition. I've just done 3 double crochets and a chain 1. So to finish off this row, you want to do 2 double crochets into the ring. So we do 1 and 2. And now you want to slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the chain 4 that you started with. So it might be a little hidden. You might have to pull it a little bit. But that chain 4 that you started with, into the 3rd chain, you're going to do a slip stitch. And that there is the end of row 1. For row 2, we're going to do a slip stitch into the next chain space. So at the beginning here, it's the 4th chain. So the space between this cluster of double crochets and the next cluster of double crochets. To that space, do a slip stitch. And now we can start from this spot. We're going to start row 2 by doing a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And now into the same space, we're going to work 2 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 double crochets. So we do our first double crochet here. That's 1. Then another double crochet for 2. Then a chain 1. And now 3 double crochets into the same space. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And now we can start the row repeat. You're going to start with a chain 1. And then into the next chain 1 space, meaning the space between the double crochet clusters, this one and this one. Into that space, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to do a chain 1. And then into the same space, another 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And this is what we want to do all the way around. That ends the row repeat. We go back to the beginning of it by doing a chain 1. And then into the next chain 1 space, which is the one between the clusters. Into there, we do the combination of 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And that's what you want to do. So I'm just going to repeat this all the way around. I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just did my last repetition into the last chain 1 space. And now to finish off this row, we're going to chain 1 and then do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 that you started with. So into the top of that chain 3, a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 2. For row 3, we're going to do a slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. So we're going to find that first double crochet and do a slip stitch. Oh, I lost my yarn there. 1 second, let me try that again. So into that first double crochet, a slip stitch, into the next double crochet, a slip stitch, and that basically brings us to the spot kind of in the middle, the chain 1. And so now we're going to do a chain 3. Oh, sorry. No, we're going to also do a slip stitch into the chain space because we want to start from this spot. So slip stitch into the chain space. And now we're in that spot. From there, we want to start row 3. We're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to do into the same space, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So this is 1 and 2. A chain 1, and now 3 double crochets into the same space. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to start the row repeat. We're going to chain 1 and then do 3 double crochets into the next chain space. So into this one here, just 3 double crochets. And that's 1, 2, and 3. Continuing the row repeat, we're going to chain 1 and then into the next chain space, we're going to do 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 double crochets. You can see the difference here is that there's 2 kind of connected, 2 clusters connected. So that's where you know it's kind of like a corner. So into it, you want to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So this is my third one. Chain 1 and another 3 double crochets into the same spot. 1, 2, and 3. And that ends the row repeat. We'll go back to the beginning of it. I'll do it again with you one more time. So the repeat starts at a chain 1 and then 3 double crochets into the next chain space, which is this one here. Into it, just 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Continuing the row repeat, we chain 1 and into the next chain 1 space, which is the one between the clusters. Into there, we're going to do 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 double crochets. That's my second, and this is my third. Chain 1 and another 3 double crochets into the same spot. 1, 2, and 3. And that ends the row repeat. So now you can continue doing that on the sides. I'll see you when you're done. Okay, so I just did my last 3 double crochets into the last chain space. And to finish off this row, we're going to chain 1. And you're going to do a slip stitch into the chain 3 of the 3 chains that you started with. So on top of that chain 3, we're going to do a slip stitch. And this here is the end of row 3. You can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread the ends through. Look how pretty. This is kind of curvy. It's got like some curves to it, as you can see, because there's more stitches as you keep growing it. So it doesn't lay flat. That's something to consider. It's got like some curves. Maybe if you block it, actually, maybe that would help make it flat. But it's real beautiful. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.